Just gonna take a sip of my drink. Hello, this is my second take of this adventure. That's the rancid bait meat. I think I was death farming.
Pray permit me to help you now, if there is...
So, first things first, for any of you who are watching my stuff on my streams and that, you are probably very confused. So, basically,
If there is aught...
this
Pray.
is my save file from before I wonder if you guys could hear those bangs. Damn. Sinew. Oh, I don't have... Yeah, lightness. Fair. This guy's drip is not great, so please forgive that. This is my save from before I decided that I was going to... You don't want to be in frame? She doesn't want to be in frame. Okay. She doesn't want to be in frame. That's fine. This is my save from before I decided to stream a new save file. So... yeah, that's all I have to say about that. So, yesterday, I had the fortune to play Dragon's Dogma 2. And before anything else, this is not scripted. I'm probably going to get distracted halfway through this. This is just going to be me ranting about my feelings about Dragon's Dogma 2. But the fact that I am using footage, and I'm doing this live, by the way, so I'm like moving myself right now. The fact that I am... oh, hello. Just a drive-by Ash jump scare. The fact that I'm playing this instead of Dragon's Dogma 2, I think says a lot. So I want to preface this. One, I'm kind of sick at the moment, so yeah, that comes with everything it comes with, I suppose. Secondly, I'm not going to talk about the performance issues from Dragon's Dogma 2 because it's not an issue for me, because hello Ash. Because frankly, I experienced nothing.
This pawn feels most at ease near a rift stone.
It's good to have you back, you know? Anyway, I didn't really have any performance issues. I didn't crash a single time during the character creator. I didn't crash a single time during the 100 minutes that I played. Yes, I paused just shy of the 120-minute mark because I want a refund, probably. Yeah, it worked fine. I'm not here to bring up the microtransactions for like the 7,000th time. I don't really care about them that much. They did it with the original, but like that was in 2012, so you know, different time, different standards, you know what I mean? I don't really give that much of a shit because I just can't bring myself to. The only one I really care about are like wake stones, because anyway, I'm not here to talk about that. I understand that, you know, by monetizing it, the developers will probably, you know, they had a gun to their head, basically saying, if you make these things too, you know, commonplace, we're gonna fucking murk you. I understand how that could end up being an issue, but once again, I have to actually stop myself. What the Ash? What? When did you learn to do that? Don't look around like you're surprised. You're the one who just teleported. Anyway, that's Ash. She's cool. I like her. I'm here purely to talk about my feelings about the gameplay, the presentation, just basically just a bunch of opinionated stuff. So if you don't like that, that is totally fine. I don't blame you. Yeah. I feel like standing around Bit of Black Isle is boring as sin,
Each arisen who
so
came to this place met a different end.
I'll
An
spare you.
epitaph, perhaps.
This is the second run through Bit of Black Isle, so yeah. So my feelings about Dragon's Dogma 2 were essentially summarized by there's a mimic in there. So you notice that she's not immediately opening it. That's because her AI is telling her that there is a man-eater in there. And that's one way you can tell if a chest has a man-eater in it. But look at me getting fucking tutorial mode. You know what? Let's find out. Am I correct? Basically, I reached the 100-minute mark, and I sat back and I paused the game, and I thought to myself, I would rather just be playing the original, which is, you know, not what you want to be realizing that you are thinking when you're playing a game that you've waited 12 years to even be able to conceptualize. For a bit of history for me, I finished the original Dragon's Dogma on the PS3, PlayStation 3, before the Dark Arisen DLC even released. And then I finished that. I think I genuinely think I beat the story like 4 different times on the PlayStation 3, before and after Dark Arisen. And then I didn't play it for ages because I just didn't get it. I was busy with work and life. But then it released on PlayStation 4, and I was like, well, I kind of have to get that, don't I? And I think I played all the way up to the post game. And then I stopped because I realized that Dragon's Dogma on PC existed, and I was like, oh, well, why don't I just get that instead? And now I have like 5 different save files. Including the one I'm doing on my streaming, which, hey, if you're watching this and you want to tag along to some really bad, fucking boring streams, you know where to find them. We're still going through the story, but yeah. That is all to say, I really fucking like Dragon's Dogma. I have really fucking liked Dragon's Dogma for over a decade at this point. I feel like I'm still in the process of trying to like figure my feelings out, but I want to strike while the iron is hot. You know, I was gonna make this video yesterday, immediately after I quit Dragon's Dogma 2, and I was, you know, simmering. But I felt like I should give myself some time to really kind of process what it was that I didn't like. And so my issues stem from how the game feels and looks. I have always been of the opinion that realistic graphics is kind of like kneecapping actual creative aesthetics. It looks great, don't get me wrong, it's nice that, you know, people's faces are realer, but it's just not for me. You know, I've never been one of those people who sits there and looks at a new release and goes, oh, it looks like a 2010 game. Oh, how could the devs ever even consider releasing this? No, I don't give a shit about graphics as long as they are made up for with like a decent aesthetic. You know, and Dragon's Dogma 2 is very pretty. From what I've seen, it looks very, very pretty. I don't like the people. For like something like Metal Gear Solid 5, it made a lot of sense because that series has always been very how do I word it? It's always been very cinematic. You know what I mean? And so for games like that, it makes sense. For the next, generation Call of Duty 75, I genuinely have lost track. I don't know what they're on. I would not be surprised if they're on like 40 something, technically. Like it makes sense. If you're making a game where the goal is to be like a simulation of, almost realism, then the fact that realistic graphics are a thing is really great because it just is like it services the intention fuck it services the intended effect of the medium. My biggest issue with Dragon's Dogma 2 right from the get-go is that this lady right here, Ash, has been my pawn. You investigating those rocks? Fair. Understandable. She's been my pawn since day one of the original Dragon's Dogma, back when the wind was pushing me into the clouds again and I feel the blood in my veins and I just activated a bunch of you like sleeper cell agents. So I wanted to bring her over into Dragon's Dogma 2, and I couldn't. There was no way for me to be satisfied with her appearance in the sequel, and that immediately turned me off. Because if I can't play a game as characters I want to play as, I'm probably just not gonna play the game. If you offer me character creation, that's a plus. But if it's like not my aesthetic or my vibe, it's kind of a minus. I know that's very... I was gonna say opinionated, but yeah, no shit. It's literally my fucking opinion. Like, I made a better version of, like, this guy, my Arisen, I'm not really a fan of him in this game. He's like, me doing the best I can with what we're given. But to basically spend hours in the character creator and never be satisfied with the appearance of someone who's going to be my right-hand woman for potentially hundreds of hours, that's a no-go for me, I don't know if you can hear the goblins having a party over there. But yeah. So that was the first big mistake. The big mistake? Damn. I mean, fuck it. They've made enough mistakes. Let's be honest. Let's be a little bit gentler. That was the first thing I was not particularly a fan of. The second thing is, hey, why can't I flip my hair? So in games, I like to have my hair covering like my left eye because that's how it generally falls in real life. The only hairstyle that I really like, it only covers the right eye. And that kind, once again, it hits me with, I want a character that is like X. I cannot get X, so I have to settle for Y. And yeah, that just, it irks me. At least in Dragon's Dogma 1, I can go, well, this is a game that came out 10 years ago. It makes sense. It's gonna be limited. It's gonna be missing some stuff. That's fine.
Great goblin.
Oh, here we go.
His far strong.
Oh, I don't have blink strike. Yeah. What do we have?
The ranger ones are mine.
Take aim for that chieftain! There, with
Well,
the
I
hand!
guess we...
This place and others.
Bro really decided to jump scare us.
That's all.
Mm,
I'll ill miss this dank place when we move on.
for real. Okay, so, distraction aside,
It's
I
quite the
completely lost my train of
intricate
thought.
passage.
Thank you, Greater
Here I'll
Goblin.
soon be lost.
Greater Goblin. I love that name. Greater Goblin. It implies that there is like a greatest goblin somewhere. I wonder what he's doing right now. I wonder what they're doing right now. Also, I know I said I was going to open this chest back here, but I just don't feel like it, honestly. So if you were expecting, you know, to watch me get gobbled up by a man-eater, I'm sorry to disappoint. Okay, I think I've bitched about the character customization enough, and I hope that you guys, you know, if you don't, like, share the sentiment, I hope you at least understand where I'm coming from. Like, I want to play this game as characters that I like to look at, and I'm glad that I am and are with me, etc., etc., and I'm just not satisfied with the character creation system in the sequel, because I'm none of those things. The second thing I want to bring up is kind of, so the jump is kind of short, right? But anyone who has played the original knows that when you are climbing an enemy, you get like a weirdly large amount of vertical height when you jump off an enemy. From what I have played of Dragon's Dogma 2, that is not the case. I remember jumping when I was fighting the tutorial boss to try and get up to his head, and I realized, should I just be climbing? Jumping while climbing is really useful. You know, if you are on a Cyclops' head when it's about to remove its helmet, you can jump, you know, to get out of the way, and then immediately re-grab it. It's really fun, it's really cool, it feels awesome when you do some crazy shit like climbing up to the top of, you know, a Cyclops and then jumping and then using Helm Splitter and like carving all the way down its back and its legs and just doing a shit ton of damage. But the jumping in Dragon's Dogma 2 feels off. In fact, all of the movement in Dragon's Dogma 2 compared to this game feels off. It feels like they added a bit more weight to your character, but it was a little bit too much. Now, I'll absolutely admit that this could just be because I accidentally wound up having
I wonder what's inside.
a heavy equipment load and I just didn't notice. But even when you have a heavy equipment load in this game, you don't feel incredibly sluggish. I don't want to throw the word clunky around because I feel like that's an overused thing, and also there are games out there that are like purposefully clunky. I mean, I think I have to bring up a game that I don't think many people have heard of. It's this little indie game by a small studio called Dark Souls, where you are exceptionally clunky, and it's on purpose, and that, you know, defines the entire game. The issue is, you know, you're not actually that clunky in Dark Souls at all. Like, it was clunky compared to, like, I don't know, maybe Devil May Cry and other, like, hack and slash games at the time. But now it's kind of become the norm. Then you have games like Lords of the Fallen, where it's like, yep, the original, by the way. Because they released a sequel, but it's not a sequel, but it is a sequel. Anyway, my point is, having purposefully weighty and semi-clunky combat is kind of difficult, because it's easy to fuck that up. And coming from this game, where even at your heaviest and slowest, you are still relatively mobile and agile, it feels like the developers did it wrong. Even if that is like their intended design choice, it feels like they messed it up. I don't know if this is like and this is why I said that like everything is opinionated, because these are not objective facts. These are just what I noticed when I was playing the game. When I was playing it, it felt like I was playing not really Dragon's Dogma. It felt like I was playing less Dragon's Dogma and more like this amalgamation between, you know, Dark Souls and The Witcher 3, and that's kind of it. Another thing that I really wanted to point out was, wow, the game just kind of looks boring. Now, once again, I'm only 100 minutes in, because But is it just me, or do a bunch of RPGs and open world games just look the fucking same? Like, running through Dragon's Dogma 1, it feels like when I see Greenwarish, I can look at it and go, yeah, that's absolutely Greenwarish on the ground. I can recognize that. But in Dragon's Dogma 2, my eyes kind of glaze over it because it's surrounded by, like, 13 almost identical plants. But this one is special because it glows slightly. Like, I don't... Like, I'll admit they glow slightly in this game, but it's also, I don't know. It feels like in the pursuit of realism, they've lost the beauty of it, I suppose. And, like, they could make Greenwarish look fucking crazy. They could have it be, like, super obvious that it's Greenwarish because it could, be like, I don't know, the same way that it's obviously Greenwarish in this game. Or, like, a version of Greenwarish. Or maybe it's not Greenwarish. Surprise. It's, like, slightly different, but it's almost Greenwarish. So you pick it up in a pinch and you're like, oh, Greenwarish. Oh, fuck, never mind. And then you get one-shot by the Chimera that you've been running from for the last 5 minutes because you thought you were strong enough, but the game actually was like, no, actually, sorry. Idiot. I found myself not really paying attention to the environment in the sequel because, oh man, look at the dimensions on that. Because, to me, it just, it was there. It was background stuff. It was all background stuff. There's no reason to sit there and look at this nice statue because, like, what's the point? Do you have any lore on these statues, by the way? Any Dragon's Dogma lore fans out there? But yeah, this is kind of like, it's an issue with things like Skyrim and The Witcher 3 and ironically not Genshin, because all of the stuff that you can grab is like very obviously grabbable. But yeah, when I was going through the first few areas of Dragon's Dogma 2, my first thought was, wow, this looks boring. Like, it's just the same forest you can find in every other game. And so I stopped paying attention, and then I saw that, like, there was, there's this big green thing, it's larger than a bunch of other stuff, so you can grab it. And, oh, would you look at that? It was glowing. Oh, hey, buddy. You coming? I love those little... No, Ash, come on. You're supposed to at least try to dodge it. Bro. Right, there it is. Die. Damn. Tankier than I expected. But yeah, it was the first time in a while where I was thinking to myself, wouldn't it be crazy to have one of those, like, dedicated buttons where you just, like, detective vision it? Oh god. In Dragon's Dogma 1, at least, I've never particularly felt like I needed to have, like, a dedicated light up all the consumables and the region button. But in Dragon's Dogma 2, I immediately felt like I needed to. Once again, skill issue on my part, whatever you want to call it, but this is just how I feel. I guess this is all just me kind of trying to put a voice to the feelings that I have. And I'm doing a bad job. But, like I said at the beginning, this really is all summed up by the fact that I'm playing it and thinking to myself, I would really rather be playing Dark Arisen right now. And I don't know if it gets better further in, but I literally can't go further in. Because then, if I go further in and it's a fucking shit show, I have just wasted over $100 fucking on a game that I don't like. I watched Charlie Most Critical's stream, and I have some issues about the story pacing. I don't know why they even bothered not just having you fight the dragon in the tutorial, like you do in this game. It feels like I know that it's probably gonna be like, oh well, you know, you gotta find out who stole your memories, stealed your memories, and it's gonna be like a big part of the plot and bibbity bobbity boo. But like, I don't know. I feel like I feel like it's in the wrong order. I feel like we should have started fighting the dragon and then woken up being called a pawn, and then we're like, hey, you know, what's going on here? And I know that that wouldn't really serve the, oh, you lost your memories thing, but you get your memories back, like, you know, not an hour in anyway, if you, you know, don't fuck around like I did. I should clarify also, like, a bunch of the time I spent was in the character creation, because I, like, had pre-made Ash, but then I wanted to try again. And I did. I made her look more Ash accurate. So yeah, that took a chunk of my time. Another little complaint is, the pawns. I was, leaving the whatever it's called, the Northwatch or whatever it's called, encampments, inn. And this pawn walks up to me and goes, you are wise to have wanted to take my services, Arisen. And I'm sitting there like, I don't though. Like, who are you? You're not even a mage. Like, you are not a useful class. So that was kind of, you know, pretty funny. Another thing that kind of irked me was the first quest where you know, save Akato. The guy's like, oh, hey, you know, if you're going out that way, blah, 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 blah. And then they just, like, have a conversation with each other. And it's like, why was my attention stolen for this? Why could they just not have this conversation to the side while I walk past? And then, you know, they're like, oh, what, you sent Akato out there? He won't last with all those harpies. And then as you walk past, they're like, hey, you seem like you could, you know, rough up a couple bird ladies. Like, why? It feels really funny in this clunky way where they get your attention and then they just start talking to each other, and you just have to, like, kind of go, okay, well, I guess these guys are talking about other people. Okay. What did you call my attention for? So that was also pretty funny. There was also the tutorial innkeeper dialogue with this one voice, but then if you talk to him afterwards to do anything, he has a completely different voice. So, so that's a bit funny. I wish I had recorded my reaction to that, because I thought I was going insane. But then I watched Charlie's stream, and nope, I was right. He does have a completely different voice, but Charlie doesn't talk to him again, because Charlie is intelligent. What else is there? Oh yeah, for some reason, because I generally tend to play offline, but you've probably seen the connecting to server notification here. That's because if anyone hires Ash while I don't play, I want some Rift Crystals, baby. Yeah. So it just happened again, where I'm sitting here like, man, I love this game. It's such a shame. What else is it? Oh yeah. So with those harpies, I wound up, because I started as thief, and Ash is always a fighter. I wound up having to swap to Archer, because for some reason there were no pawns nearby who were ranged characters. And I spent like a good 10-20 minutes just like running around the encampment trying to like respawn or despawn them, and it was just a bunch of fighters and thieves. And so I wound up having to swap to Archer. And, yeah, that was kind of annoying. But once again, you know, maybe I didn't look hard enough. Maybe I just consistently looked past the couple of ranged pawns that I should have gotten. I'm willing to take that L. Speaking of pawns, though, why did they link inclinations and voices? Like, this genuinely annoys me, because I don't know about you, but when I was picking my inclination and my voice, I immediately noticed, hey, yeah, this voice doesn't match the character that I want my pawn to be. I went on a massive rant about this to myself earlier today, because I just got mad about it all over again. But it just feels so asinine, right? Like, why are you linking this genuinely important gameplay element to an entirely aesthetic customization choice? I don't understand it. Like, it's especially in this game, that is not a thing. You get whatever voice you want, and then the inclinations are a relatively deep and somewhat frustrating but kind of rewarding system. In the sequel, it's just, do you want your pawn to be a tank? Do you want him to be an aggressive fighter? Do you want him to be a needy little healer? Oh, well, fair enough. You only get the healer voice then. Like, I don't understand the design decision behind that. It is just insane to me that they thought, hey, you know what's gonna be good? Making your pawn's entire playstyle a 50-50 choice between having them be how you want them to be, or having them sound how you want them to sound. And guess what? In this game, pawns talk even more. This is a Chimera and some goblins. Like, I don't know. That just feels like a straight up, just another man-eater? Damn, they're everywhere. That just feels like such a poor decision. You know what I mean? Like, there should never, you know, I guess I can't really say there should never be a time in which a cosmetic decision affects the gameplay, because this is like one of the only games that does that. For example, you know, if you're tall, you can do stuff. If you're small, goblin hole. But I guess, like, you know, the voice should not affect anything. You should at least have the freedom to have your characters sound how you, want them to sound, without it having an impact on the game. But apparently you're not allowed to fucking do that anymore. Having a pawn that speaks the way you want your pawn to speak is gonna be the fucking first DLC of the game. It's gonna be called like the pawn speech modifier device. Thanks, Capcom. Ah shit! I smacked the hell out of my finger because I'm smart and careful and cautious. I'm like avoiding fighting things because one, that will distract me and I have the attention span of like half a goldfish. But two, I don't want death to pop up. I hate that motherfucker. Have you seen him? What a loser. Luckily, my pawn is completely immune to sleep, so get fucked. Anyway. See, you can hear me. I talk about death for like 5 seconds and I get so much more excited than this entire rant about the goddamn sequel. Is that, like, I think that's the best fucking point I can make, is that I can talk about this game for hours, like, super happy, and like, holy shit, did you know this is a thing? And then I talk about the sequel and I just don't care. I cared a lot yesterday. I was disappointed and frustrated. It ruined my whole fucking day. I've been looking forward to this game for so long. I was doing let's you know, stream Dragon's Dogma every day because, you know, let's get hyped for the sequel, and then I stopped because, you know, shit happens, right? And I'm so glad I stopped, because I know for a fact if I had have kept doing those streams and then that game released the way it did, I would have just lost my shit. Oh god, it's been half an hour. Jesus. I am so sorry. Anyway, in summary, don't get the sequel, just play the original. That is genuinely what I'm saying to all of my friends. I convinced people to look at the sequel and, like, give it a go. And now I have to turn around and go, hey, sorry, I was wrong. This game's not great. You shouldn't buy it. Good luck with the refund, I guess. You know how embarrassing that is? To sit there and go, yeah, this is the sequel to one of my favorite games of all time. A game that is, like, fundamentally important to me on a level different to, like, every other game I've ever played. And then I have to turn around and go, hey, sorry guys, yeah, the sequel's just not it. I know that I spent the last, you know, week talking about how fucking good this game is and how fucking good the sequel's gonna be. I was just stupid. Sorry about that. I hope you didn't play over 2 hours, and I hope you know, are not waiting 14 days, because that refund is fucking coming. And I guess that's why I wanted to make this video. I just wanted to get my thoughts out there somewhere, you know, to just talk about how fucking disappointed I am. Because I am fucking disappointed. And I guarantee, like, fucking thousands of people are probably more disappointed than I am. There are people whose entire, like, fucking YouTube channel is Dragon's Dogma. There are people who have been playing Dragon's Dogma for as long as I have, but for more than I have, who go out every day and talk about how Dragon's Dogma is their favorite game and how fucking cool it is that we finally get a sequel to it. And then this happens. And then this fucking shit show happens. So I'm sorry if this is the first thing you see on my channel. There will be more. I'm working on things in the background. The bright side is I'm not completely consumed by Dragon's Dogma 2 now, so I can finish the project I've been working on in the background for, I don't know, maybe a couple fucking months at this point, because I'm lazy. So hey, silver linings, am I right? And I know the Capcom was like, oh, we're looking into it, you know, but the damage has been done, and everyone knows the damage has been done. But for me, I'm still on the fence. I got the deluxe edition because I was stupid and I decided to put faith in the developers. No. I decided to put faith in Capcom as a whole. Never fucking happening again. Don't fucking buy it. Buy the original. It's half the fucking price. To put it into perspective, if you've seen any other Australian content creator, they might have mentioned that this game, Dragon's Dogma 2, is over $100 fucking at the moment. I wrote the deluxe edition, which is thankfully only like $13 extra, but like still, what the fuck? You want me to pay $107 for Disappointment Simulator 2024? No. But there are good things to come out of this. For example, during my Dragon's Dogma 2 hype train delirium, I convinced one of my guildmates on a game I play to get this game. And I had the absolute fucking joy of hearing him lose his mind fighting the tutorial Chimera on hard mode. And he's having a fucking blast. He got it when it was like $5, not even that on sale. And he seems like he's having a lot of fun. And that warms my fucking heart, dude, to know that someone else out there fell into my fucking hype trap and it turned out well. Man, that's good. So that's dampened the blow a little bit, but it's also kind of like reinforced the disappointment, right? Because the other friend, the other guildmate that I introduced didn't get that. They got Dragon's Dogma 2. And they couldn't fucking play it. They crashed in the character creator. They crashed in the actual game. They've already refunded it, as far as I know. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not even ranting with a point anymore. I got too, like, passionate. No, there is a point in there. I guess I'm just not fucking cognizant of it. Maybe it's like, you know, the real dragon's dogma was the friends we tricked into purchasing the game along the way. That is truly that's the dragon's dogma experience. Anyway, yeah, I think I'm done. I'm sure I had more grievances. Like, I'm not even talking about the fucking glitches. I think the high-fiving your pawns is fucking rad. I think that's cool. I think the fact that they can, like, catch you is awesome. There was another thing I really thought was cool, but then I totally forgot about it because I was a bit busy. Yeah. I'm sorry that I've been, like, pacing up and down this one part of Bitter Black Isle. I know I should probably do this in post, you know, I should record some gameplay and then talk over it, but I don't fucking want to, because that's more effort, and I feel like it's way more disingenuous if I don't get, like, my raw thoughts out there, you know what I mean? Because I could sit down and write up a shitty script, or just, like, you know, fucking flashcard it, but even then, like, I do wish I'd done this last night. I was just exhausted, because a bunch of shit happened yesterday, and it left me emotionally fucking wrecked. But yeah, I don't want to get distracted, but I feel like I need to apologize for walking up and down this one part for as long as I have, because, you know, attention. Maybe I'll put, like, a fucking, like, maybe I'll go get Subway Surfers, and I'll go, like, wrong one. Maybe I'll go get Subway Surfers. And I'll go put that at the bottom of the screen. But yeah, if I have any more grievances, I probably do. They're probably just, you know, I've probably just forgotten about them because I'm busy playing a good game right now. I am kind of annoyed because there was, like, one thing I wanted to compliment the game on, like, ages back. But I have completely forgotten about it, which kind of says how important it was, right? Yeah. Also, hey, why the fuck can't we make the females muscular? Capcom. Capcom. Capcom, look at me. Look at me. Look at me right now. Don't... Okay, I turned invisible. Capcom, look... Hang on. Okay, stop that. Stop. Look at me right now. Why? No, come here. No, stop it. Stop it. Okay, you know, fine. Capcom is rigging my game. Why can the woman not be muscular? Why is he looking around so much? Like, genuinely. What is... Yeah, yeah. The drive-by look. Also, yeah, why do pawns move based on the camera? Ooh, you scared to show your face? Oh, you scared? You don't want people to see your face, huh? Aw, she's shy. Anyway, yeah. The compliment I was gonna give them was yeah, I don't know. I'm not even gonna try to remember. The Medusa looked cool. I get. Oh no, I wanted to be like, hey, isn't it super funny that they brought Rook back? And he dies to the brine, just like everyone throws him into the brine when they start a new game or New Game Plus, when they just, you know, can't be bothered dealing with his shit. Whoa, isn't that such a nice, you know, point and go, hey, look, Dragon's Dogma community. Isn't this a funny little thing? Haha, Rook is dying to the brine. Isn't that funny? You know, because you guys throw him to his death whenever you know, like you're speedrunning or you just don't want to deal with him. Isn't that... Yeah, look at us. We're so in touch with our community. Okay, now I'm just being petty. I've been petty for the last 45 minutes almost? Oh my god. Anyway, yeah. I think even if they fix the game, even if they change it, damage has already been done. I was gonna stream it. I don't think I am now. Hi, Ash. The way that cape is... Anyway. Yeah. Just play the original. If you've never played a Dragon's Dogma game, just play number 1. It's cheaper, at least. If you don't like it, you're only... For me, it's like 44. Which is, you know, compared to 107. Like, come on. Maybe in a couple weeks or so, when they fix all of the bugs that they should have fucking fixed before release. Why are you releasing a fucking unplay-tested game? Maybe I'll play it again. I'm not gonna stream it though. Maybe fucking, I don't know. I'm not gonna do like a series, and if I stream it, it's just gonna be me going, oh yeah, fuck it, I might as well stream it while I play it. So yeah, I'll get back into streaming Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen eventually. I just have other stuff I want to focus on at the moment. Yeah. I had a really good idea for like the title of this video, because I was thinking about Dragon's Dogma in the shower as I want to do. Anyway, don't think about it. And I remembered Caxton's line, where he's like, oh, their Masterworks All, you can't go wrong. So, if this video has a title where it's like, you know, Masterwork, nah, disappointment, or some shit like that, that's just, if you know, you know. If you're a part of the hashtag Caxton gang, you understand. Anyway, to finish this off, let's go fight something, because I feel like I've given you guys boring fucking filler footage for the last 50. Man, time flies when you're bitching about Dragon's Dogma too, huh? That's Chimera. You can tell because it makes Chimera noises. If Death shows up, I'm leaving, by the way. I'm not dealing with that motherfucker. No! I'm good at this game. I promise. Runner said you're great at performance last night. I don't have... The fact I don't have Blink Strike.
There's a stake.
Okay. Oh, right.
No choice. No interruptions.
To hell, apparently. Shit. I promise I'm good at this game. Oh, I know why I have this one. Good old great cannon. Great cannon. Anyway, once I stop being stupid, can we break the tail or it goes away? Can we break the tail or... But I'm not using a cutting weapon. I'm smart. Curse light? Curse light. Right, because I'm in the middle of an attack, obviously.
tangled knot of paths inside. Best we
Anyway, like, look at
prepare
this.
well.
You look at it and you're like, oh yeah, that's obviously greenwarish. Oh, what's that? That's obviously mithidrate. Damn it, I wish I was slightly slower because I knew that was mithidrate. Oh look, it's more greenwarish. You know what I mean? Anyway, yeah. I guess that's all the combat we're... Hello, mithidrate. That's all the combat we're getting today because I think I've wasted enough of you guys' time. If you like this content, I'm so sorry. It's hopefully never fucking happening again. Hey Ash, do you reckon it's a man-eater? Man-eater, yep. Oh, baby. I love you, Ash. Oh, God.
This object is cursed.
Oh. Oh, baby. Did you see how low... Did you see how low the timer got? Damn. Huh. Anyway. Thank you, Ash. I wish I could high-five you, but you can't do that in this game. Maybe one day when the sequel has better character creation, and yeah. For now, I'll just have to high-five you in spirit. Anyway, it's been 51 minutes. I'm so sorry for wasting so much of your time.
This object is cursed.
Rocks? Damn, what? Do they eat rocks? Delicious. Yeah. I am so sorry for wasting all of your time. If you watched this entire thing, I really appreciate that, and I hope you have a fucking phenomenal week. I hope that, you know, if you are disappointed by Dragon's Dogma 2, I hope things get better. I hope you're not as, like, angry about it as I am. Yeah. I hope you do okay. I hope everything goes alright. I really do appreciate you sitting through this entire stupid rant. Yeah. If you want to catch my stupid Dragon's Dogma streams, then, you know, they're there.
I wonder what's inside.
It wasn't a man-eater? Ash, how could you do this to me? Anyway, yeah, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. I appreciate you spending your time listening to my inane, stupid boy rant. Fucking... I hope you have a great time. I'm shit at intros. Yeah, surprise. This is where the video really begins. This is a fucking H-Bomber guy video. We've actually only covered the first Dragon's Dogma topic. Today we're going to be talking about Dragon's Dogma Online. No, I'm kidding. We're not doing anyway, I'm stalling. I don't know why. Because I'm bad at this. Anyway, thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks. I appreciate this. Right, yeah, I don't have a stream schedule. I should start using, like, community posts and shit. Anyway, yeah. Yeah. So, well, I'm gonna head through this door, and back out. Whoa. Is that the dragon? Dragon's Dogma. Whoa. What is the lore of the dragon's doorbells? Those aren't doorbells. The dragon's door knockers. Man, I'm dumb. First I say intro and then I say doorbell. I'm bad at outros. Bowed? Sorry, my accent malfunctioned for a second. I'm bad at outros. Quite bad at them, honestly. Anyway, yeah, thank you for watching. I'm so sorry. I'm leaving before we hit the 55-minute mark. Give me a couple of seconds. Anyway, take care. Bye. I'll see you when I see you.